Hello everyone, and welcome to Your World on a Canvas. Well, the NBA has started back up again, and for one, I'm happy, but with everything going on, it's hard to think about those things, but it's a very great opportunity to have a great distraction, and the Boston Celtics are my favorite team. And so, therefore, we're going to talk about some of the guys. Even though this is mainly highlights about Kemba and Jason, I want to talk about the players I believe that will contribute to the Celtics' success. Jason's going to do Jason, and Brown's going to do Brown. But we forget about Kemba. Yes, we do. Kemba won an NCAA championship in 2011 when everyone doubted him and his blue-collar team, the UConn Huskies. And they beat Brad himself and Mr. Gordon Hayward because it was two Cinderella teams that went against each other. Now, Milwaukee and Boston are not two Cinderella teams. And I believe if Boston really, just focuses, they could run Milwaukee out of the gym. And the reason I say that is, let's look at the matchups. What's their point guard, Mr. Bledsoe, number 6? He really doesn't have the vision to be a point guard. He is more of a scorer, more like what Tony Delk used to do for the Celtics. He's more shaped like that and built like that. That's the type of scorer he is. So we just lock him down with Marcus Smart or run him down with Kemba. So let's move on from there. The matchup, the two-guard spot, Jalen and Mr. Middleton. I just think he's mediocre. He's middle of the road pack player. He's a star. Actually, he's a great supporting star. That's what I give him. But he's not the type of star that Giannis needs. All right, so I believe we win that matchup easily. Jason Tatum, him against Giannis. The only reason I give Giannis a slight edge is because of Giannis's length and defensive prowess and his ability to gobble up, space. But the thing is, I think they'll neutralize each other because if he has to guard Jason. Excuse me. Even though they can't afford to take anybody off of Jason. So that's 3 of our starting 5. Let's talk about Mr. Gordon. Mr. Gordon is a utility player, and his jack of all trades skills fits perfectly well with the other stars of the Celtics. Now let's talk about our defensive star, Marcus Smart. Marcus could start for any team. Marcus comes off the bench. He doesn't complain because he knows as long as he does his job, Brad will keep him in. He understands that, and he does it to the best of his ability. That's what you call a shark in the water, because when that man knows he locks you down, it doesn't matter your height, he will take you out. He is the heart of an assassin in that regard when he plays defense. Now, let's talk about Mr. Theis. Everybody underestimates Theis, but he's a rim runner. He may not be that tall, but he will run from rim to rim, and thus he will negate the big man, Lopez. Lopez doesn't want to be chasing him up and down the court, and they're certainly not going to put Giannis on him. So that's where I think we get over the hump on that. So I believe the Celtics will win if they meet Milwaukee, but that's their first encounter for the first game of the new season starting. But I still pick them to beat Milwaukee, even in their first game back, because I think it will really establish Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown as the stars for the Boston Celtics and their road to a championship.